Krystyna Skarbek, one of World War II's bravest secret agents, known as Churchill's favorite spy. She could vanish into thin air at a party and constantly changed her appearance. A passionate skier and horsewoman, she loved freedom and danger. Her smile and beauty hypnotized men, while her courage put them to shame and saved some from death. In Great Britain, she was known as Christine Granville, while in France she went by the name of Pauline Armand. Her father nicknamed her Evening Star. The name brings to mind Vesper Lind, from the Latin Vesper meaning evening star, the heroine of Ian Fleming's first James Bond novel Casino Royale. But Skarbek's exploits could fill the biographies not only of the Bond girls, but also of Agent 007 himself. She was born in Warsaw on the 1st of May 1908 to Count Jerzy Skarbek and Stefania née Goldfeder, who came from a wealthy Jewish banking family. After her father's death, young Krystyna took up a job at a Fiat dealership in Warsaw, where she worked at an office above the garage. Steady inhalation of exhaust fumes caused scarring to her lungs, which paradoxically saved her life many years later. To recuperate, Krystyna often traveled to the Tatra Mountains. There she would ski like a maniac in the company of Highlanders and border guards, smuggling tobacco and cigarettes across the Czechoslovak border just for fun. Krystyna herself neither smoked nor drank. She loved sunbathing and was an expert flirt. In 1938, she married Jerzy Giżycki, a journalist, traveller and diplomat. They moved to East Africa, where Jerzy took up a diplomatic post, but returned to Europe after World War II broke out to serve Poland. In London, Krystyna was recruited by the Secret Intelligence Service, SIS, and later joined the Special Operations Executive, SOE, which was set up in 1940. She was the first female special agent recruited by British intelligence and longest-serving agent, male or female. Her superiors first sent her to Budapest, where she lived with Andrzej Kowerski, a Polish soldier and spy, who became her working partner and lover. Skarbek collected intelligence and helped escapees from occupied Poland, trying to make their way to join the Polish armed forces in France. She crossed into Poland many times, using a hazardous route through the Tatra Mountains. During one of these clandestine trips, she obtained data relating to Hitler's planned invasion of the Soviet Union. For this exploit, Churchill called Krystyna his favorite agent. One of her favorite sayings was, "Come right away or even quicker." She was brilliant at using her wits against the enemy. When she and her partner Andrzej were arrested by the Germans in 1941, Skarbek bit her tongue during the interrogation and started to cough up blood, feigning a bout of tuberculosis. Her chest X-ray revealed grey spots, left by Krystyna's past exposure to exhaust fumes, leading the doctor to conclude that her condition was serious. Both she and Kowerski were released, and the tongue-biting ruse became a textbook trick for spies. After escaping from Hungary in the boot of the British ambassador's car, Krystyna and Andrzej were posted to Cairo and Palestine. On the night of the 6th to 7th of July 1944, she parachuted from North Africa into Vassaux in the French Alps, the only female agent of British intelligence to do so. An indefatigable hiker and climber, Skarbek was cut out for organizing the resistance movement in this mountainous region like no one else. She served as a courier. Skarbek made the first contact between the French resistance on one side of the Alps and the Italian partisans over the other. 3 times she was caught by the Germans. Twice she was saved by her consummate acting skills as she pretended to be an ignorant girl. The 3rd time she pulled the pins on 2 grenades and threatened to blow herself up. The startled Germans fled, allowing her to escape. Skarbek had what her SOE superiors called a capacity for cool and lonely courage. One of her most daring feats was securing the release of 3 colleagues, including her commander from a Gestapo prison in France. She was so convincing in her arguments with the Germans that on the day the 3 men were to be executed, instead of being shot, they were taken outside the prison gate. Skarbek was waiting for them in a car kindly provided by the Germans. Skarbek's legendary charm worked on animals as well as humans. On one occasion, as she was hiding in the bushes from a German patrol, she was approached by a fierce-looking Alsatian owned by the Gestapo. She stroked the dog, which just licked her hand and lay down beside her. The two remained together until the liberation of France. In recognition of her achievements, Skarbek was awarded the George Medal, the Order of the British Empire, and the French Croix de Guerre. After the war, she tried various jobs as a telephone operator, salesperson, and cabin stewardess on ocean liners working the Australia, New Zealand, and East Africa routes. On the 15th of June, 1952, she was stabbed to death on the stairs of a London hotel by Dennis George Muldowney, a rejected suitor. She was laid to rest in Kensal Green Cemetery in London. In death, Krystyna Skarbek remained as mysterious as she had been in life.